very special guest on Ringside Seat with Tassie, the exciting future world champion, one of the most greatest amateurs in American history, and probably the most talked about young professional, Curmel Moton. Welcome to a Ringside Seat with Tassie, bro.
Was good.
Oh, good man. So you got a massive fight on the David Benavidez, David Morrell this weekend. How you feeling?
I feel great. Feel strong. I'm ready for this weekend. I'm ready to put on a show.
That's awesome, man. So what number will this be for you now?
This will be my seventh fight. I become a 7-0.
100%. How you adjusting to the pro ranks after such a stellar amateur career?
Feel like I've been adjusting great. I feel comfortable. Feel comfortable going the rounds. I'm in shape, and I really like it. I like it better than the amateurs. I got more time to take my time, set up my shots better. I don't feel as rushed. I feel like I don't have to fight at a fast pace. I can set up things and think. Even though my fights haven't been going that long, I've been getting the guys out of there early a lot.
You have been,
I
yeah.
still, I still feel the comfortability of knowing that I don't have to rush it.
Yeah, 100%. How many amateurs did you finish up having?
I end up having about 150 fights.
Wow. And you
Yeah.
won, what was your win loss? It was pretty impressive.
Yeah. It was around like 145 wins, 5 losses. I had 18 national titles. So yeah, in the amateurs, I definitely had a pretty solid amateur career for sure.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on you, like because I always pay a lot of attention to the American amateurs. I remember when Tank was doing his thing and Devin was doing his thing, and Shakur and I
Yeah.
caught on to you quite a few years. We actually met. I don't know if you remember. It was at the you fought. It was the Canelo Triple G weekend, and it was at the when they do the like the meet and greet thing.
Okay, the box
The fan
expo.
expo, yeah, box expo, and you fought
Yeah.
there, and I went straight up to you, got a photo, we done a little video, and you fought that day, and I got to watch you fight in person. I told the guy I was with, I said he's a future world champion, but
Yeah.
you sort of wasn't bothered back on the Olympics. You sort of wanted to go down the pro route.
Um. Yeah, I always had a plan. I always wanted to become a world champion. That's always my dream. And I did want to go to the Olympics before I turned pro. I wanted to win gold for USA, but unfortunately, that wasn't able to happen. There was a few things holding me back, my age and the age requirements, and I just wasn't really gonna wait for the next 4 years just to do it again. When I feel like by 2028 I could be a world champion. So I'm a take it to the pros. I decided to take it to the pros with Floyd, and here we are. We've been going great so far.
Going amazing, man. I've pretty much seen every one right now. You've been on some big cards too already, and you've been at T-Mobile before. And
Yeah.
how how's it been being under Floyd? I mean, obviously one of the greatest of all time. Hall of Famer. He knows about the business. He knows everything about the game. And how's it feel being part of the money team?
It's amazing. I couldn't really ask for a better team. I feel like they have my back. I could trust them. They wish nothing but the best for me, and they're always gonna continue to put me in the best positions possible for me. All I have to do is go in there and perform and do my part, and everything's gonna go great for me.
That's it, mate. Whereabouts did you grow up? What city?
I was born in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I grew up out here in Las Vegas. I've been out in Las Vegas since I was around 5. So
Oh, okay. So you've been pretty much, yeah. So you're in the
yeah,
fight capital from a young age.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And tell me, I mean, you've sparred some of the greats. I mean, right now, Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, these are the guys that you want to obviously be in their position one day. Tell me some of the rounds like with Tank and Shakur.
Yeah, I've gotten good rounds with Tank. I've gotten good rounds with Shakur. Who else? Keyshawn Davis.
Yep.
I've gotten rounds with a lot of guys, and it's all experience, and I appreciate all the rounds that they've given me. And I learned from all of it, and I just soaked that up all into my game and put it into myself as a fighter. And I take little things from them, working with them that I see their strengths, and then add it to myself. So all sparring is good work, and I learn from it all, and I appreciate it all.
That's the best thing about being in Vegas. You sort of got, everyone's around. Sparring is unbelievable. How do you compare? I mean, I'm sure you get asked a lot. How do you compare Tank and Shakur, and what sets them
Um,
apart from each other? And if they do get it on, I know it's a tough one. I want to put you in the hot seat, but
yeah.
who would you choose?
Um, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to compare them. They're both southpaws for one, but I feel like watching their fights, we can see they have different styles a little bit in a way. Tank, he relies on his power punching and exceptional counter punching abilities. He waits for that big counter to get you out, and then Shakur, he just kind of plays it safe, boxes you up for the 12 rounds. But they're both great fighters. I appreciate them both as champions and the fighters that they are. And as far as sparring them, how would I compare? I mean, it's hard to compare because at the end of the day, it's sparring. You never really
Yeah,
know if someone's
that's
working on
right.
something at that uh, specific day or not. But all that really matters is how they come off fight night. But I will say that I got good both for both of them and learned a lot from both of them, and I appreciate both of them. And if they ever do match up, I feel like it'll be a great fight for the fans, and it'll give both fighters the opportunity to just prove themselves even more.
Yeah, it's got to happen. I think, once they get through their bouts, that's a fight that I'd love to see. And you got Keyshawn there as well. And the lightweight division, it's a hot division.
Definitely.
Who's some of the guys? I mean, I guess them guys I just mentioned. Like, how do you describe your style? Do you take a little bit of each of them guys, or I mean, obviously you're your own style, your own fighter. But who would you sort of think if you were comparing to some of the guys we just mentioned? Who would you be compared to? You think like style wise?
Um, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I said, working with all these guys, I take a little bit from each and every single one of them and add it to my game. And even guys like from the past in the history of boxing, watching film on them, I study them and add their strengths to my game. And so, I feel like I have so many different styles that I could really pull off and do in real fights. So it's hard for me to really say one style. But growing up, I did idolize Floyd Mayweather a lot, and grew up under him, watching him train and stuff. So I feel like if I had to say one fighter, I would say like Pretty Boy Floyd is definitely who I'm most similar to.
And Pretty Boy was the badass man. He was Money May was great, but Pretty Boy Floyd, when he was beating Corrales and all these guys and Gaddy, like
Yeah,
that was a. That's what I see with you too, because you've got that aggression too. Like Floyd back then
definitely.
he was a bad man, and when he got a bit older, he was a bit more defensive. He had to be smarter, but I definitely see the Pretty Boy Floyd in you. Yeah, when if
Definitely.
you hurt a guy, you get him out of there.
Definitely.
You know, this opponent coming up on the weekend. What do we know about him?
Um, I know he's from Cuba. He had a solid amateur career. Should be a good step up for me, and it's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a fight that lets me showcase my skills and prove that I have what it takes to hang in the pro game. He's a little older than me. He got experience, but I know I'm gonna come out on top. I'm a shine and do my thing for sure.
And how's it feel being on such a great undercard of the Benavidez and Morrell?
Yeah, it's amazing, and I'm so thankful. And Benavidez has always shown me a lot of support, so I'm
Yeah,
definitely gonna be supporting him that night. And
he's a
you
nice
know,
guy. Yeah.
definitely, yeah. And
Mm.
we're both gonna do our thing, and I'm appreciative for PBC, Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
Mail Promotions, for allow me on this card.
Yeah. And are you sort of are you still with Leonard Ellaby? Is he still sort of with you?
Um, no, I don't. I think from what I know that LRB he's not working with Mail Promotions anymore, but I'm still with Mail Promotions, and I fought on the Zone before I fought on PBC. So as
Yeah.
of right now, there's not really like a network that I'm
Yeah.
strict to, but I'm signed to Mail Promotions. That's what I'm signed to.
Yeah. And is it connected with Al Heyman? Because I think Al and sort of Floyd are pretty much the same. Like they're sort of
Yeah, there's been a lot of times that Floyd has said that we always see in all the interviews. He always says that him and Al are great business partners, and then they're really the same. So
Have you met
yeah,
Al yet?
I haven't. No.
Because there's no,
Yeah,
there's all this thing about him. Like he's so mysterious. Not many people
it's
see
like
him.
a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's so cool, man. And I'm going to fix it up after this interview straight away. But I'm honoured to be a sponsor for this bout for you and my boxing company, Tassie Brown Boxing, because I coach a lot of
Yeah.
fighters, and I'm honoured to be on your shorts, man. So as soon as the interview's finished, I'll do the PayPal. But how does it feel having a sponsor from Australia?
Feels great, and I'm thankful for you, and I would love to come out there sometime to Australia. I got to experience the land.
Yeah, man. Well, there's boxing's booming here at the moment. We might be able to get your fight over here. I mean, I'm actually bringing Terence Crawford over in April to do a 3-city tour meet and greet.
Bang.
I got to know Bud at the WC convention in Hamburg only last month, so we kicked it, and so I'm getting him down. But yeah, so I'm sure it'd be good to get you down sometime.
Nah, definitely.
And right now, I mean, are you starting to get recognised a bit sort of around because you've had a lot of media? You're with Floyd, obviously. Anything to do with Floyd, you're going to get known. Starting to get noticed and that now, like just in general everyday life?
Yeah, definitely. Just even like walking down the street in my neighborhood, there's a lot of times people be like, "Oh, you're that boxer," or some of them even know my name. They be like, "Oh, you're Curmel." And so, I'm definitely getting more recognized by the public, But as far as boxing, the boxing world, I'm definitely, a big name. I feel there's not a boxing gym that I've ever been to that I haven't, been noticed and asked to take pictures and stuff. So
Yeah.
uh,
And this fight is at 135?
yeah.
Yeah. And was that where you see yourself? I mean, because you're young, you're still growing. Do you see yourself competing for a world title at 135 or 140?
Um, right now, yeah, I feel good at 135. Um, I feel strong. The weight cut's been good. Feel healthy. Uh, I am still growing and I'm still adapting to the pro game, and I'm learning to manage everything better. And so right now this weight cut wasn't too bad. So 135 definitely feels good for me right now.
That's good. And how do you want a pretty busy year this year? Because as you know, there's nothing like, especially when you're starting off, is fighting regularly. The more fights. How many would you like to have this year realistically? Like 4 to 6, maybe?
Um, yeah, I mean as many as possible. Really, I know last year I think I had like 4 or 5. So this year I plan to have at least the same. I know the rounds in my fights are starting to go up more. This fight's gonna be 8 rounds, and then the next one will probably be the same, not 10. But we'll see how long the fights really last for, though, and then that'll really depend on the time in between.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you're getting them out of there quick and no injuries, there's no
Right.
reason why you can't. As long as you got the fight dates, obviously. But boxing's booming at the moment. What do you think about like the Saudi and the all that stuff going on at the moment? It's there's some big money to be made.
Yeah, I seen that. And the stuff the Turks been doing, it's great. I think it's a lot of people are talking bad about it, but I think it's great for boxing. He's making the fights that people want to see. And the only reason we weren't getting them before is because the fighters want this amount of money to
Mm.
fight this other guy who's like a real big risk, another big name, hard fight. So, they're going to want a lot of money for that type of fight and putting their O's on the line. And, well, the Turk, he wants to see the fights and he's willing to put the money up. So why not?
Yeah, it's good to see. It goes back to the old days of my heroes, Sugar Ray Leonard, Hearns, Hagler, Duran, all fighting each other. Tell me about some of them past legends. Like who were some of the guys? I know Floyd, but do you go back a bit further? I'm sure you got a good boxing knowledge. Like who's some of the older ones that you sort of really really liked?
I definitely like Sugar Ray Leonard a lot. Aaron Pryor,
Oh, Aaron
James
Pryor.
Toney. Who else? I watched a lot. Vander Holyfield,
Yeah.
and then I liked Sweet Pea.
Oh, I
Like
loved. He was one of my favorites. People
Yeah,
don't really, unless you know boxing, he's one of the greatest of all time. Impossible to hit.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, rest in peace, Peter
Definitely.
Whittaker.
CP was gold.
Oh,
Yeah.
unbelievable, man. Mildred Taylor, he was another good one.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I see a
definitely.
bit of Mildred in you, fast hands and just
Yeah,
very,
I've heard
very
that
good.
one. People have told me that before. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can do it all. I know you can box, but yeah, lately I just see you go to the body head and mate, not many
yeah,
guys are gonna put up with your power, man. You seriously got some. That's probably why you get the Tank comparisons, even though he's a lefty.
right.
You got that. What do you think about? I mean, do you think it's a bit sad that fellow young champions and young African Americans with the whole Twitter wars with the Tank, Shakur, Devin, and just all the Terrence and I don't like seeing it, man. What's your opinion on that? Like, I mean, everyone's in the
Um,
same game. We're all brothers.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I enjoy it. It's fun. But
Tank loves it. He loves
yeah,
hating on
Tank
everyone.
definitely loves it. But I mean, it's all just promotion for the fights,
Yeah.
upcoming fights and stuff. And I don't really see nothing wrong with it. It's all just social media at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
I know. I hope it's not personal because being a fellow fighter, we all respect each other. And I've never had a bad word yet with any fighters because we all just get
Yeah.
on. We all know what it's like. We all train. We all lose weight. We've been there. We've been hit. We all respect each other. True.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
And before we finish up, what do you think of the Devin Ryan Garcia? Like they had that fight.
Um.
Um, what's going on with they're having a rematch if they both get past their next
Yeah.
fights? Do you know Devin
Um.
very well? You probably would be in Vegas.
I know Devin pretty good. Yeah. I used to always see him training at Mayweather gym or where else I see him? Heavy hitters a little bit when I was younger.
Yeah,
Before he became champ, anything like that.
yeah,
Before he became what he is now, I used to always see him in the gyms and stuff.
yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it's been crazy between them two. They got a lot of history.
Six times
Uh,
in the amateurs, three each.
yeah. So yeah, they got a lot of history, and then their last fight was crazy. But I don't know. I mean, just if they do a rematch, hopefully Ryan comes in clean, and then we'll see who comes out on top. Ryan makes weight and comes in clean. Then we'll see how
Mm,
the fight goes. But
yeah.
got a number of respect for both them fighters, and wish them nothing but the best.
Yeah, I know both too. I'm pretty close to Devin. I looked up to Devin when he fought in Australia against
Yeah,
Gambosis, and I've actually been to Bill Haney's house and Devin's house. They really treated me amazing in Vegas, and I was just shocked though because I thought like take away Ryan's left hook and Devin wins that fight, but he kept getting hit with the
right.
same punch, and I thought he was
Yeah,
a lot better than that, a lot smarter than that, and
right. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
if he fixes those things, I think maybe the emotions got to him and Ryan got in his head. Maybe I think
Definitely.
if Devin's got a cool head, I think if he just blocks the left hook, he beats Ryan. I
Yeah,
think he's a better all round fighter.
definitely. Yeah. I mean, if we really look at that fight, even their last fight was close.
It was
Without
Devin
a,
won a lot of rounds. It's just the
he
knockdowns.
did the knockdowns. Yeah, that fight was even close. That fight really could have. I don't want to say it could have been a draw, but because the way it looked,
Mm.
if they would have gave it a draw, I don't know. Ryan won that fight, but really, if we look at the rounds, it could have almost been a draw.
Devin won
But
a
it,
lot of rounds.
it just looked so bad.
Yeah,
When Ryan did do his thing, it
yeah,
looked real bad for Devin. But both them guys are real good fighters, and I know both of them somewhat personally,
yeah.
and I mean, I don't know. I definitely feel like Devin's a smart fighter, and there's a lot that goes into fights too. People don't understand that. It's more than just training, more than even just the boxing skills. It's like Ryan, all the mind games, all that. You got to be able to get past all that. You got to be able to deal with the crowds, all that. So
It's a lot.
there's a lot that goes into it. So hopefully Devin comes in focused, and if Ryan has more mind games, he doesn't let it get to him, and
Yeah.
he just comes prepared. And then hopefully both guys come prepared and fair, and we should have a great fight.
No, they're both great. I mean, I just I hope Ryan stops doing the shoulder roll because it doesn't suit him. Um, like it's I mean, he should just because that's a not many people can do that. It's a Floyd Mayweather, James Toney. You've got to be
Yeah,
the Philly shell's not easy, and
yeah,
it's but I mean, well, look, mate. As I said, it's an honor to have you on a ringside seat with Tassie. I'm a massive fan of yours. Soon as this is finished, I'll transfer the sponsorship through, and the fact that I'm going to be on your shorts is a unbelievable, and hopefully we can do it ongoing. And
yeah.
I know the bigger you get, the price will probably go up. So I thought I'm going to get him now because you will be a world champion, man. I've got nothing but belief in you. I'm not just saying it. I watch your amateur career closely, and I've been talking about you in Australia before people knew you. So
Yeah.
don't forget me when you become undisputed, bro. Like, please remember who was with you at the
For
start.
sure.
And
Yeah.
but before we go too, what sort of 2 years, 1 year, 3 years? When do you think you'll actually will be fully ready to fight for a world title?
Um, Only time can tell, and just depends on the opportunities I get. I've already been in there with a lot of champions, and I mean, at the end of the day, it's sparring, but still, I held my own against guys that were going 100%,
Yeah.
and even really, put it on a lot of champions at only 18. So, I definitely believe in myself, and I know I have what it takes. And so it just really depends on the opportunities I get, and you know, but within the next 2 years, I definitely want to shoot to at least become like a youth world champion or something like that, like a minor belt for sure, within the next 2 years for sure.
No, you will, mate. I've got all the belief in the world. Good luck for the weekend, and I'm honoured to be part of the sponsorship. And we'll talk after the fight, man. We'll maybe talk and see how I
Yeah.
win. And but God bless and get it done, bro.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, brother.
All right. Yep.
You know, man. Bye.
Bye bye.